To create a new Google email message, you'll click on the red Compose button right above the inbox. That pulls up a new message screen, and you can just type in the name of the person you want to send your message to. And if you've typed their name before, it'll just pop up from a list of emails that you've remembered. Then in the subject line, you can type whatever it is that you want for your subject. And then you click down into the body screen and you'll type whatever you want for your body. So, enjoy my new screencast for Gmail. And then once it's done, I'll go ahead and type your name correctly. Once it's done, you'll click the blue send button and that will send it. If you have multiple accounts on Google, you can go ahead and click on the profile that you have. I've set up all 3 of my Google accounts. My NIU account, my pilot account for the Gmail that we did in the district, and then my own personal. So I'm going to switch to my pilot account. Use the extension icon to switch the record focus to keyboard Alt Shift F. There we go. And now we should be recording here again. And now you'll notice that I've got my new background on. So it looks a little different from my other account. That's a nice way to tell the difference between your accounts. Here I'm going to click on the Compose button and it's white. And this time when I type my message, it'll pop right up. The names of people I've used before. Testing my screencast. And now I can let them know that these are just some test emails. I'm testing. You can tell I'm a great typist. My Google email accounts. And then once you're done, you can click the blue send button. Google actually makes it pretty easy to organize your inbox. It starts off with these 3 main categories: primary, social, and promotions. Those separate your incoming email messages according to 1 of 3 categories, whether it's a social media of some kind, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, etc., or if it's a promotion, if it sees that this is some kind of deal that you're getting from a company or a corporation. And then finally, your primary. There's 2 more categories that you can add if you want. Under the plus sign here, you can click and add your updates or your forums. I don't use those, so I just leave those off. Under your primary, it's going to put the things that it knows are personal type emails. And obviously it doesn't do the best of jobs or things that get through, but you can always use your right click to move to one of those other 2 tabs. And what's nice is when you do that, I'm going to go ahead and move my mint.com over to promotions. It does ask you if you want to do this for future messages from mint.com. So you can say yes if you want to, or just kind of ignore that if you don't. So that's a pretty quick and easy way to kind of organize your email to begin with, and mostly done for you. Next thing that you can use are the stars. So you'll see here that I have a couple different things starred, and if I have something come in that I know I want to get back to later, I can always go ahead and star those messages. So I'm going to make sure that I put the ones that are from Ben as starred messages, and I can go through and continue reading if I needed to. What's nice is if I want to, I can also go through my list of stars. Notice this one's blue. The first one that I click is yellow. Anytime you click it for the first time, it's yellow. But if you have multiple stars set up, it'll click successively through all the stars that you have. So you can see that I have 4 different stars set up, actually 5. The yellow one, that's the default out of the box, and then I added 4 more. So I'm going to go up here under the gear, and then I'll choose settings. And under settings, I'm going to go to the general tab, and then I'll scroll down so that you can see under stars here. You'll notice there's presets. There's the 1-star preset, the 4-star preset, or the all stars. So if I go to 4 stars, it's just those. If I go to 1 star, it's just this. And if I go to all stars, it'll use all of those. You activate these by clicking once, twice, 3 times, and it'll move to that star or that tag essentially based on how many times you click. So obviously having this many is going to be a lot of clicking. I prefer to use the 4 stars method. And then I'm going to move this green one up because I support 3 different schools. So this way I can star messages from my 3 different schools as 3 different colors. So it's just something that you can do to kind of customize your organization. Don't forget that when you're done, you want to come down here and click Save Changes. And because I didn't make any, it's recognizing that. So I'm going to go ahead and click Cancel. The other thing that you can do is use labels. So you'll notice that I've got some labels going here. What's interesting is your group members, I guess, that you have on the left-hand side, those kind of take up some of the screen space for your labels. So you have to click on this down arrow by More Labels, and that will bring you to all the rest of the labels that you have. So I've set up a couple. I've set up one for Ben and all the emails that come from him. This was an easy one. I was just practicing with it, and I have a ton of stuff that comes in from Groupon. So I created a label for Groupon for the ones that I wanted to keep or that were recent. And then I can come back in here and I can go back to my Ben ones, and you'll notice those are all of my emails that came in from Ben. So I was able to create a label, and that way I can get to those very quickly without having to do another search. And I did the same thing for mint.com when I was doing my practice. The other thing you can do is just search. So if I know I've got an email in here, I think I've got something for my sister-in-law. And I'm going to type Amy Cannon. And there it is. Thank you for all the birthday wishes on Facebook. So real quickly, you can search through here and find all the different things that you need.